Oops, I just hit my arm, my hand into my big hat. See, I keep hitting my head. I keep hitting my head. I keep hitting, not my head, my hat. I'm not used to wearing them. I put it on, remind everybody that I am a very sophisticated Duchesse. Duchesse. And I also wanted to remind everybody that Princess of the people, Princess Diana was wearing hats. We danced our nights away in Colombia. I said I was going to come back to you and I was going to keep you updated to the rest of our royal tour. Hola. Now everybody knows that I can dance. It is the first time that I got to expose myself dancing, dirty dancing. Do you remember the movie with Patrick Swayze, Forbidden Dance? Was all over that movie. As I associate myself with movies because I am an actress, I let myself go. Everybody was saying that my mask was slipping when I was doing the morning interview with Jane Pauley. So then I decided I am going to make my own choice to let my mask slip. I'm going to show everybody what it took for me to get my hands on Prince Harry. It was my understanding. It was my joyous behavior. It was my flair for life. I'm all about joy and generosity, kindness and love. I am not at all about fighting. I do not like to fight, as I said it so well on the stage in Colombia when I was invited to do a Q&A by the vicepresidente, Francia Marquez, her husband. I danced with him. He's got some moves on him. Oh my goodness. Prince Harry has his own moves. Did you see his manly moves, walking around, doing his manly, ho, ho, manly dance? That's where we connect. That's why we are so in love with each other. We both are free people. We are free. And we are spontaneous. We are in the moment. Now, since I'm back home in Montecito, I just wanted to let you know about the dancing we did. There was some footage that was out there, but I don't think it captured all of the fun we had with the Colombian people. Oh, such an incredible royal tour. We are welcoming other countries to invite us to more tours. Now that my performance is over, being back home, I am going to be less performative in my episode. I hope you understand, but I am exhausted. I am exhausted putting on the masks, keeping up the performance, pulling off the fact that I speak Spanish when all I did was memorize a couple of lines and I pretended to translate for my prince. All of that takes so much. I am exhausted. It was my tour, even though I cannot relate to those people. I'm sorry to say, I am a Duchesse. I don't even know if I can relate to you people. And I'm sorry to say that. It doesn't mean that I don't care. It doesn't mean that I don't love you. I just don't relate to you because I am so much more above. I'm sorry. Why do I have to reveal everything? I hope you understand it, and I hope you will take it as a compliment. I hope you will take it as something that I'm doing, which is being transparent, and that makes me a real, honest human being. We got back home just a couple of hours ago. We touched down in California, Montecito, our home of the lifestyle American Riviera Orchard. I must admit, we are bored already. We are bored because our life here has no meaning. As I told you in the prior episode, we sit, we wait for other invitations to do our next royal tour. Anybody who would like us to come to your corrupt countries, any other vicepresidente corrupted in so many ways. The reason she invited me on this royal tour to Colombia, we have so many things in common. She went from rags to riches. She promised the people of Colombia before she was elected as vice president to do all of the important things the country and the people of Colombia needed. And once she got to that power, to that status of vice president, she got so used to having a very rich life. So instead of putting all of the money into the people of Colombia, she decided that she wants to renovate her house. She got used to being flown by helicopters the same way that we are being flown by private jets. That was the connection. That's why when she saw my and my Duke Netflix series, she saw all of the many things we said which had nothing to do with the truth. She probably started to relate to us in that way. So we are very pleased. We are very thankful that we were part of the 4-day tour, royal tour, my royal tour. As you can all see from all the footage that was being presented by so many commentators, by so many different channels, even though I wasn't predicting that my Prince Harry, El Duchesse, was going to be the center of attention. I did not anticipate that. I thought that everybody was going to call out my name, Duchessa, Duchessa, Meghan, Duchessa, look here, look here, look here. But from the very first day, I don't know if you noticed, the very first day, before I decided that I was going to learn a couple of lines in Spanish to let people know that I do speak Spanish, which I don't, but I can memorize a couple of lines. I did not even want to do that much work to give those lines in Spanish. What changed my mind was the first day of our tour, I was sitting next to the vicepresidente, Francia Marquez. To her right was sitting her gorgeous husband, her trophy husband. I was the first one to mention how handsome he was. The way that he sits very elegantly, he looks very hermoso and guapo. His name is Yerni. Yerni comes from the word in English, yearning. Yearning's definition in English is intense longing. Use the definition and put it into action. As an actress, I know how to put things into action. I knew to do that. I pulled him into me. He put his breath, his face onto my neck. I wanted to make my Duke jealous because of his engagement on such an intimate level with that translator that we had to fire. Today, when the picture was released of me and him kissing his face into my neck, I could feel his breathing on my right side of my face and my neck. He gave me the most caliente hug and beso. I was melting, to be honest, but I also wanted to make my Duke jealous. The reason why I wanted to make my Duke jealous, I cannot believe that I'm being so transparent, but I am doing so because I want to show everybody, I want my audience to know that I am not corrupt. We have been associated with corruption since the vice president is corrupt. I wanted to let everybody know that I am transparent. What happened on the first day was not anticipated, and I could not believe what my Duke, Prince Harry, did. That presentation on our first day when we had to watch that long dance of people dancing, and I was laughing the whole time when the dance was about seriousness, about the history of Colombia. I was nodding and I was laughing, not knowing what they were saying. My prince, when I looked to my left, not wanting to let the cameras know that I'm looking to my left, I don't want anybody to know that I'm jealous. I don't want anybody to know that my prince is mine. I need him for my status. I don't want any other woman taking him away and taking my royal titles. You can understand that I was angry, right? I was looking to my left. What do you think that my prince, El Duchesse, was doing? He was talking to this woman translator, Colombian translator woman. He even went so far as to, in a subtle move, as a lover would do, took his left hand, he placed it on the back of the chair of the woman translator as he was calling for someone to come to him from the back. It was one of those intimate gestures that you do not do with a stranger. I pretended that I do not care, nodding, and I was even dancing when those dancers were wailing for the history of Colombia. They were wailing and crying. I was dancing and I was smiling, not knowing what to do. My prince kept on talking to the translator. So then I said, forget the plan I had. I am going to have to adjust. As an actress, we must know how to adjust to the moment if another scenario pops up. As actors, as I am, powerful, amazing actress, I knew to adjust. So as soon as we got back to our mansion, which the Colombian people had to spend so much money for in our tour, the security that we needed, we had 3,000 soldiers, snipers. There was this poor soldier following Prince and I. He had to shield us with this improvised manual shield from shooters. It was a whole expensive royal trip. The people of Colombia wanted for us. They were so afraid for our safety. So the people of Colombia, even though did not know who we were, once they found out that two white people were coming from Montecito, California, they were so willing to spend money to take food from their mouths, to take food from their children so we can be safe. Welcome to the white people. Who are they again? We don't know who they are. People coming into our country. We have to celebrate them. We as Colombian people are very warm people and we want them to understand our culture and who we are. We went back to the mansion that was assigned to us in Colombia, in Bogota, the first night. And I said to my prince, why did you spend so much time speaking to the translator woman? Why? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? As soon as I said ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? I realized since I can speak a couple of words and a couple of lines in Spanish, I'm going to be the translator for you. From now on, we're going to pretend I will learn a couple of lines. I will be not only your Duchesse, Duquesa, but I will also be your translator, which is translator in Spanish. Duchesse, you are going to say in English to the people of Colombia only the lines that I can then speak to them in Spanish. You will give me the microphone. I will pretend that I am translating in the moment. I know how to do that. I know how to fool an audience. You know, I am an actress. So that is exactly what I did. Got rid of another member of our staff while in Colombia, the same that we got rid of all the staff members back home. She did not know her place. I will be the translator on top of being a princess, on top of being a duquesa. No more translators. They got rid of her. I keep hitting my head. I'm not used to it. I'm wearing a hat that is not white. You can see it's brown. The reason why I'm wearing a more somber color, since I'm back in Montecito, in my boring life, I feel like the character Masha, who says, when being asked by another character, Masha, why do you always wear black? Old plays of Chekhov, Anton, the Seagull that I talk about all of the time. It's one of my favorite plays. I wish one day to play the same way that I wish to play Evita. Why are you always wearing black, Masha? I'm wearing black because I am in mourning for my life. Oh my God, the most brilliant, brilliant response. That's how I feel when I'm back in Montecito. I never knew that giving up the roles of working royals back in England many years ago, I never knew that our life was going to turn out to be so boring that we were going to have to pretend to do royal tours when we could have had the real royal tours. But this way we can also get paid. That's a little bit of a gain. That's something that I always wanted. Going back to feeling like Evita when I was in Colombia, we even got to go to a music school, play drums. And I said, oh, this is so wonderful. I can even try to figure out the musical of Evita. Then maybe in the future I get to play. As you know, I called out to all the producers. If they ever decide to have me in one of their future projects, I'm available. But now I feel like Masha from the Seagull. Another engagement that we had, automatically, I knew it was going to be the best PR stunt for me. When I realized, I came up on a picture of my dear mother-in-law, the beautiful Princess Diana, may God rest her soul in peace. Even though I don't know how she can rest in peace, I and my prince bring her up every opportunity we get. We are using her name all the time. I don't know why I'm being so honest with you. I just feel like I'm going to reveal things. I'm not going to hide behind them anymore, as more people want me to be real. I'm trying to do all of that. I came up on a picture, an old picture of my mother-in-law, the late Princess Diana. She was on a visit to Argentina. So now I understand why I was confused on my first day in Colombia, thinking that I was in Argentina. I kept singing, "Don't cry for me, Argentina." And I was being told that we are in Colombia. I think Princess Diana was channeling through me, calling me, wanting to remind me. As you know, I channel her. When I go to her grave, I like to channel her, remind Prince Harry how much I am like her. So he never falls out of love with me, holding him prisoner with my love and my reminder of his mother in such a devastating way he lost when he was such a young boy. Even though William also went through a loss and grief, we're not going to focus on to other people. This is just about me and my experience. I'm reflecting on my journey on my royal tour in Colombia. So then seeing that picture of Princess Diana while in Argentina many years ago, she was holding this beautiful child, this beautiful girl. The little girl was so adorable, and she was wearing these very big glasses, not sunglasses, but prescription glasses. When I was told that we were going to go to a school where there are going to be a lot of girls, immediately my artistic sense, my artistic license, we can give ourselves artistic license to be able to come up with scenarios which are not true. That's what artists do, come up with different scenarios. Some are true, some are not. We can transform them into our truth. So I said to the vicepresidente, get me a girl who resembles the girl from the picture with the late Princess Diana. I would like a similar picture. I want everybody to be reminded that I am so much like Princess Diana. I want, most importantly, my prince, Duchesse Harry, to be reminded how much I am like his mother, so he doesn't leave me for some translator, or he never leaves me for anybody else. The vicepresidente called the school, the director, assuming, they said, we do not have any girls who wear glasses. So then I said, get me prescription glasses. I show them the picture, I go and I can do a photo for my PR, right? So I can be relevant, continue to fool Prince Harry. That's how I hold him. I know I use my hands and my claw to hold on to him. I have to go even on a deeper level. I have to go to an emotional dependence. He needs to depend on me emotionally. They ran out, they bought the glasses, they found a girl, adorable girl. I held in my arms, glasses on. I have the exact replica of the picture of Princess Diana in Argentina. Now mine was in Colombia. I look up the same way that my prince looks up. He sees the late queen being on our side. I see Princess Diana applauding us, being on our side. We are very satisfied with the Colombia tour. It's been a little bit muddier than the Nigeria one. Overall, now that I'm back in Montecito, as you can see, I'm back in my mansion. I'm looking for my children. I don't know where they are yet. I wanted to come to you first. I appreciate your view of me before I attend to my children. They're probably somewhere with Doria, my mother, which I haven't talked about in a very long time. She hasn't really been around, or she has. I don't even know. I'm not going into my performative style of talking to you today. I wanted to show everybody, you out there, yes, I wanted to show you how wrong you were making comments before you know what the truth is. You were all saying, I don't speak Spanish. Okay, I don't speak it. So then I said to my Duke, let's get up on stage. Make sure that you only say 3 lines because that's all I know. Then I have 3 more lines. I also learned word by word. I will be able to do on my own. My Duke got up on stage, turns to me. So he's dependent on me again. He doesn't depend on the translator, the one that's no longer there. My Duchesse translate for me. He's into my arms. He's under my emotional hold, under my spell. It was like a script. We did the script before we came on. Gave him some of my acting tools as if we were doing a scene together. Gracias a todos, gracias a todas por su caliente bienvenido. I laughed and I smiled as the people applauded. I spoke Spanish. The Duke took the microphone back. Thank you for your beautiful culture. Thank you for your beautiful culture. Gracias por su cultura hermosa. That ended. For the Q&A, it was just me and vicepresidente. Everything was vice. She thought that we were going to do propaganda for her. She never knew that she was going to do propaganda for us. So everything switched and we came as the winners on the end of it all of the tour. Like vices. We all have so many vices. We are flawed human beings. Anyway, no president, nobody of most important status was inviting us. Everybody was the vice, the second in rank, the second, because we are second to Prince and Princess of Wales, which makes my head even tighter on my head. When I think about it, my head is upset. I went to do my speech for the people, fooled everybody, as I always fool everybody with my extraordinary artistic capacity, you know. Hola, buenas tardes. Me gustaría empezar a español. Muchas gracias. Porque la cultura, porque la historia. I use the same phrase that Prince and I had rehearsed. La cultura, la historia, todo Esteban con un sueño de viaje. Everything here is like a dream on our royal tour. Mi español, my Spanish, no es tan perfecto. Yo aprendía 20 años in Argentina. My Spanish is not perfect, but it's good enough. It's been 20 years since I learned Spanish in Argentina. Then when I finished, I was sweating everywhere. I was sweating my armpits. I was sweating in other parts that I'm not going to get into. It's a little bit too vulgar. When I finished and I knew that I was done with this pretend Spanish speaking, I said, thank God that I'm an actress. I could not have pulled this off if I were not an actress. Give me credit for that. Those people who say I'm not an actor. Agents, I know my agent from Entourage, Emmanuel, I forgot his name. It's not important. He hasn't done too much when it comes to my acting career. Pay attention, Emmanuel. I pulled that off. Everybody believes now. I pulled that off. I prepared. I did my rehearsal to make the audience believe. Mediocre actors make the audience believe. Great actors believe themselves. I don't believe myself. I am a mediocre actor, and that's good enough. I did not have a partner in Prince Harry. This was the best that I could do. We pulled it off. So that was overall my recap, my reflections on my royal tour. Even though Prince Harry got more attention, what can I do? What can I say? But I was able to rein him back. I reined him back. Horsey, rein him back. Ha! Reined him back into my claws, into my scenario. He believes everything. He believes everything. He's not one of those smart people. A lot of people say that about him. I'm not the only one who says that. He believes that he does not have to have me be great at acting because he doesn't know great acting from mediocre acting. So he believes mediocre acting from me. I'm lucky. I am so lucky. Thank God. Can you imagine if I would have been with Prince William? Can you imagine if I would have married Prince William? I couldn't have. I couldn't have. He would have been able to get me from the first moment as he did. That's why the whole conflict and the whole brotherly rift happened. Ooh, what is with me being so honest? I have no idea, but I'm liking this. I don't know how much you're gonna like it. I apologize that I'm not able to be so animated. No, I don't apologize. You must be so thankful for me to come to you with this realistic reflection, speaking my inner thoughts, my emotions, giving you secrets into acting, how acting can help you in everyday life with your relationships for as long as you know how to use the tools to get what you want. Acting is such a powerful, powerful craft. If you use it badly, you can do real damage. If you use it greatly, you can do amazing things. I am at a level where I'm still having to use it in a mediocre way. I'm using it wrongly for wrong reasons. I hope to get one day to that place where I will be able to use it for great cause. For right now, I have to keep on. I have to keep on. I have to keep on. Make myself be seen, make myself be in demand, make myself not stay in this Montecito life. It is boring for us here. It is so boring that we take any opportunity we have. We will go anywhere, anywhere to leave this life. That's why I called it American Riviera Orchard. I wanted to give it some vibrance. I wanted to give it some life. Oh, this was a behind the scene kind of episode, which not so many people do if you think about it. They want to present a persona that is perfect. They want to present a persona that is superficial. I'm not that person. I want to be real. I want to show you my truth. I want to show you my schemes, my maneuvers, my facade falling down, as they say, my mask is falling down. Well, yes, they're falling down. My facades are falling down because I choose to make them fall down. I choose to reveal to you my private persona. Thank you, everybody, so much. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. Your feedback is so important to me. Even those who hate what I do, even those who don't. I am welcoming everybody. Gracias. Prego. Oh, that's Italian. I'm going back to my Italian. Oops. How do you say please? How do you say please in Spanish? I did not learn that, so I will have to learn it for the next scenario that I have to pretend that I speak a language. How do you say? How do you say it? I don't know how you say it. I'll learn it for the next country that I go to. Thank you, gracias. Besos. Besos means kisses.